Orlando Pirates attack has been one of the most dangerous attacks so far in the PSL, and I think I must still give kudos to Coach Hotto.
I believe as Pedersen has started coming into the game, it may actually up the performance of Mbutuma, because I look as if there was no competition with him. That's why he has been firing blank for a period of time and not trying to understand that he's a number 9.
In our last podcast, Chima predicted 1-0 in favor of Sekhukhune. Then Abba predicted 1 goal to 2 in favor of Orlando Pirates. I predicted 2-0 in favor of Orlando Pirates. None of us got the prediction, but I was very close. Very, very close.
Always close.
No, very, very close. Abba knows, you know what I'm talking about.
Always close.
But then, about the game between Sekhukhune versus Orlando Pirates, the Sekhukhune had 45 ball possession, while Orlando Pirates had 55 ball possession. Shot on target, 1 for Sekhukhune, 5 for Orlando Pirates. Yellow cards, 2 for Sekhukhune, 2 for Orlando Pirates. Then goal came in the 44th minute from Hotto. But then, that is it for the decision. I have Albert with me in the studio, as usual. Albert, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I have Chima with me in the studio. Chima, you are welcome.
Thank you.
That's what they call it, Timba. Siabonga. What transpired in this game between Sekhukhune and Orlando Pirates?
Yeah, it's football. You know, cup games are always very, very murky and dicey. Sometimes cup games do not actually underscore the potential of the players you have, because, in this MTN8 we've been seeing a lot of surprises. Even in FA Cups in England, Coupe des Champions in France and all of that. But if you look at this game very well, you just read the stats down. Now the game just very, very close, because the game was so high tense and all of that. But I think in the previous match, in this first leg of the semi-final, Amazulu lost to Sekhukhune 3-4, and it was after extra time before they lost to Orlando Pirates by a goal to 0. The Orlando Pirates on one hand as well played against Durban City and won that match 2-1 after extra time. You understand? And won this one against Sekhukhune, just 1 goal to 0. But if you look at the entire game, how they played, aside the statistics or the you understand the entire size of the game, you see that it was a high tempo kind of a game. So that's why in cup games you don't write off any team whatsoever, because just expect that anything can happen. But it's just that in the 43rd, 44th minutes in which they are not to score, assisted by Giampani Lungu, it was a nice one. They took they scored that goal in the first half, and they hold sway to that goal till the entire duration of the game. But if you check very well, when those substitutions came in from Orlando Pirates, right, when somebody like Rapo came in. Rapo was the one that came in last when Sebastian Pedersen came in from Mbutuma and all of that. It was as if the game was going to take another twist. But Damson too, that young guy too, dancing, I think Selepe as well came in. The game wanted to take another different dimension, but at the end of, because of the pacing nature of the game, it was just the same way we see Orlando Pirates most time play with any team, which I used to complain that they play to the complexion of the opposition team. But there's something, let me still go back to Mbutuma. If you check the entire scorecard of the Orlando Pirates side, he scored the lowest scorecard, 5.9. While Mokobodi, Siema, and Lungu scored 8.0, 8.0. Pedersen came in as well. Pedersen came in.
What was his score like? Pedersen's score?
Pedersen, I didn't actually follow his score, but you see, I believe as Pedersen has started coming into the game, it may actually up the performance of Mbutuma, because I look as if there was no competition with him. That's why he has been firing blank for a period of time and not trying to understand that he's a number 9. High pressing do not actually give you goal for you to find position and score goal, because I believe one of the issues that is making Orlando Pirates not to be clinical or score more goals is because they don't have a prolific number 9. You get what I'm trying to say? So I believe now with the competition from Pedersen, he will be able to up his game, because a lot of people that scores in Orlando Pirates side are essentially defenders, midfielders, or out the wide players. So I expect more to come from Orlando Pirates side. So, but second leg is going to come up. They need to still up their game, and let's see what happens at the end of the day.
And funny enough, in the PSL game
they are going to meet Sekhukhune as well. Sekhukhune, exactly.
Chima, you predicted 1-0 in favor of Sekhukhune, but what transpired? Because Sekhukhune eventually lost to Orlando Pirates.
Yes, I think that goal that Hotto scored, changed the whole
complexion of the
game. And for me, I think Orlando Pirates attack has been one of the most dangerous attacks so far in the PSL, and I think I must still give kudos to Coach Hotto because the ability, to bring out the best from your players from substitutions. The players coming in as sub, as most time change the game for Orlando Pirates in many ways. But then securing a 1-goal victory, scoring a 1 goal in the first half, and then maintaining that game in the second half, I think it was a very good one for Orlando Pirates. When you come to why I say you need to give credit to Coach Hotto, you see Mbutuma, yes, we have criticized Mbutuma very well, especially me for a year, but I think Coach Hotto said something. He came out in defense of Mbutuma, and he was saying that he knows what Mbutuma brings to the team. He knows the kind of high pressing, the kind of style of play Mbutuma brings to the team. But then I feel like it's okay for a coach to come out and defend this player, and then because the whole fans have been against Mbutuma. But then I think Mbutuma has gotten all the support he needed from the coach and from the club. So it's now left for him now to do well, in other subsequent games. But I know that even him not scoring, it has been worrisome to him. But now, coming to Pedersen as well too, in the way Coach Hotto manage that Pedersen situation, he has been signed for a while now. He has been available to play, but they refused to play him. Why? Because he was trying to integrate this guy into the team gradually. He did not want too much pressure to be on him until this guy made his final his debut against Sekhukhune. And coming into that game, he gave Orlando Pirates a different dimension up front there. I saw his positioning. I saw where he was when Orlando Pirates was attacking. So I think he's going to bring a different thing for now. But I do not want to judge him and Mbutuma with this game yet. I want to see him more and more, maybe the next 2-3 games before I can conclude if actually he's a far better player than Mbutuma. But another thing is that as long as Pirates keeps winning, they will still attribute some of those winnings to Mbutuma, because if he keeps pressing and Pirates keeps winning, sometimes coaches might feel like, there's an adage that say you don't change a winning team. So they might feel like his high presses is also contributing to the winning. The winning. So except maybe Pirates loses a game and Mbutuma fires blank, or maybe they begin to draw point while Mbutuma continue to strike for them. But coming to Dean Hotto for over 6 years has been Pirates' most consistent player, so far. And I think credit needs to be given to that guy, Dean Hotto, the Namibian player. And so far, Pirates have extended his contract again to this season, making it the 7th season. And this man is 36 years plus as we speak now. Nobody have been able to outplay that guy on that left wing. And I think on that left side, I think Dean Hotto deserve so much respect. He has played in 10 finals for Orlando Pirates, and he has played in over 250 something games. He has played in over 255 games out of 281 games, and which is also amazing. He has played in 16 Soweto debuts for Pirates consecutively. Nobody has done that for Orlando Pirates. So I think Dean Hotto, we underrate that guy too well, but if you check that Orlando Pirates team, you see that guy has always control, and every game Orlando Dean Hotto is playing, he has averaged over 90% performance in every game.
So that means he needs to give him his flowers.
Honestly speaking, because he's one of those players that we do not see most of. We don't give credit to this kind of player. We see the scorers, we see the midfielders and the attackers most of the time. But I think Dean Hotto deserves so much respect. Scoring important goal again against Sekhukhune. Nobody can easily do it. If you see the goal, Gampani Lunga gave him that assist. Even some strikers can't even score that kind of goal. But for Dean Hotto to score that kind of goal, that gave Pirates a big advantage over Sekhukhune, I think that was very amazing.
Albert, the second leg will be coming up anytime soon. Do you think Orlando Pirates can maintain their ante and win the game in their own home?
Yes, as I maintain, it's a cup game, and I believe consistency is the soul of, of any business. Consistency, resilience, and and all of that. So, but you see, going to that game, I know. See, trust me, Orlando Pirates still want to go in with that trophy. You understand? That's why I said there's no trophy there's no small trophy. There's no trophy that does not have value. Yeah. Because at the end of every playing career as a coach and as a footballer, you want to look at your trophy cabinets and the medals you've won and say, yes, this and this is what I have. You understand? There are no small.
And the money attached to it.
Is it not 10 million rands and all of that. So, but trophy is very, very important in someone's playing career, both as a coach, management staff, and whosoever, you understand? Because that at the end of the day can actually boost your CV where you are going thereafter. If you want to be an administrator, whatsoever. Because I've been in a mix of players. What do you want in your play time?
Yeah.
Because after the football years, they use it as a bragging right. Are you getting it? So I think Orlando Pirates still want to win it. They won 1-0 against Sekhukhune in Sekhukune's home. They'll be coming back to
FMB,
Orlando.
I think it should be FMB Stadium, right? Pirate.
They'll be going to they'll be going to a Pirate Stadium, and it will be a tough one for Sekhukhune. You understand? But as a matter of fact, in a cup game, you don't write off anything. Surprises can be spring any day, anytime. I just believe they should just hold their knack, keep a tight defense, keep their consistent midfield, and look for a way to convert chances, create chance and convert them. So, but I want Orlando Pirates as a team. Absalam Audu, nice coach, prolific coach, because the coach that came in the first season and won a domestic treble, you almost must keep him where he belongs. You understand? He has class, he has a pedigree and all of that. But I expect him, perhaps, what he used in winning the league last season, perhaps he want to still use it, because I was expecting that bringing in 9 new injections, perhaps want to change his style of play and all of that. One player outside the shores of Africa from Norway, and the remaining 8 players that from knows what it means to play in the Betway Premiership. You understand? But they are still playing almost the same way they played last season. High press, onslaught, fast-paced kind of football, and look for a way to convert chances. But most essentially, in the second stanza of last season, they converted so many chances, not essentially from their number 9, but most essentially from their wing players, the Mofokeng, the Apolis, and all of that. They actually scored a lot of goals. Selepe as well, Sebelebele scored a handful of goals, Hotto as well. So, but I think they need to look for a medium to you understand, create chances from the midfield and convert chances. I want to see where number 9 in the Orlando Pirates side convert goals. Because if they convert goals, you understand, Orlando Pirates will be in a poor position to be scoring much more goals. Because if strikers are not scoring goals and you expect midfielders or defenders to come and score goals, it's a big deficiency for any team that actually want to win trophies. But I think in the match against Sekhukhune, going back to Orlando Pirates home, it's going to be a difficult one for Sekhukhune. I see Orlando Pirates being in the poor position to win, considering that they have a 1-goal advantage. In the MTN8 away goal count, you understand? So I think that's going to be,
they've scored an away goal. So
that's why, coming to Orlando Pirates is going to count for them, So if it ends 1-1 or it ends 2-1 in favor of Orlando Pirates, I think they'll go all the way to final. So I think.
But how about the coach? How do you have started integrating the new players like Mokobodi, like Gampani Lungu, and Tetediani also?
Yeah,
started integrating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said
why do you say that they still play the same kind of pattern that they play?
Good.
That you've known them.
One player outside the shores of Africa, from Europe, from Scandinavia. Okay. Then 8 players predominantly playing in the Betway Premiership, right? Now this player he bought, he believes this player can be a plus to his team, having known the pace of the Betway Premiership, knowing the weather, knowing the climate and all of that. So last season, if you watch very well, the Masangwai, all of them, they were playing fast-paced, high-press kind of football. Now don't forget, Mofokeng was the most skillful player in that team last season. Then the player I see with the best footwork was Oswin Apolis. You understand? Now Mofokeng is not there anymore this season. So he brought in the Lungus and all these people, all these players that has pace. If you look all of them, they are muscular and very pacey. So I think he is integrating the new players with the same style of last season. Perhaps, you understand? Because if these players, they have played 3 matches now in the Betway Premiership, they have not actually scored goals. They have not actually scored goals. I mean goals, 2 goals. Okay. The first game against Luga was 3 goals.
Gampani Lungu scored in one of these games.
No, I'm not meaning individual players. I mean collectively as a team. Okay. You understand? So I what I see is that he bought players that can actually adapt quickly into the Orlando Pirates side, you understand, and give him the actual result. But so far so good. We realize that he have been at least on top of the table with 7 points, joint top with Kaiser Chief and Amazulu. So, but having said that, he has tried so far so good. But the league is still remaining 27 matches to go. Hopefully, these guys will give him the required results he need.
Chima, what do you think Coach Audu should do in the return leg of these semi-finals?
In one way or the other, Pirates still lack that experience in the midfield. They still lack that experience in the middle of the park. Yes, Mokopodi, the likes of Damsil, he came in and added stability in the game. But these are young guys, young players, and new players into the team. So I feel the experience of Makaola, I feel the experience of Talete Mbata, who is injured, somehow might begin to come in play, and then Masangwan is not available. Yeah, I swear to might play a major role. Yes, these young guys can be bringing out results now, which I have to give Coach Audu his flowers. For players like Apolis not to have picked yet, still struggling, yet Pirates are still scoring and winning matches. Then players like Makaola not there, Talete Mbata not there, Moremi too not there, yet these guys are scoring goals and winning games now. But I feel there are limits to this thing. So I feel against Sekhukhune is not a small team as well too. So I think they still need, in the middle of the park, they need a little bit of experience, because when you come into a cup game like that, you can come, which I know Coach Audu understand that, you can come to Pirates home now, maybe in the first half there could be a penalty for Sekhukhune, or in one way or the other something can happen out of inexperience from the Pirate midfield, and then maybe a goal can come in, and from there these guys might go back and begin to play low block, and Pirate begin to struggle before the game can end to penalty, or maybe they can even have a break and then go and score again. But then I know that Orlando Pirates have been good so far this season. In fact, I still say that Coach Audu, it's not easy for a coach to come in first season, you win, you won
3
trophies, then bringing in new players now. Somehow your key player that gave you those victories last season, no more for Ken there yet. Talented but now injured. Apolis has not been at his best. Moremi is not playing yet.
Bukazi has already gone.
Bukazi have gone since. So yet you still find a way.
Bukazi won one of the trophies.
Just one, yes, before he left. So and then these players now, these new players now, you integrated them. They have to understand what you need in the team, and they are giving you victory. Because I heard him, I think the first game against was in midfield or Amazulu that they played draw. I heard him screaming during the interview that CBC and the rest, they need to wake up. He does not have time. Does not. So you understand that they might get to it. This is a long league, and that long league starts now already. You don't need to relax and say later on I will pick up. All the points you might throw away now might be very, very vital point, because at this point in time now the table is still somehow slow. By the time you begin to get to 8, 9, 10 games now, you begin to see tables begin to change. You see injuries begin to come in. Some key players that started well now might begin to drop form. Now some players that you think that are doing well now might begin to lose shape. A lot of things, suspension, other teams that we are not doing well before, we began to do well, and before you know it, you begin to struggle. So I think in as much as Pirate is winning, they should not be carried away. The coach should understand that experience is still needed. The likes of Sibelebele, CBC at that defense line, they still need to be very composed. Against Sekhukhune return leg, the most important thing, Sibelebele need to mind his tackles. He need not to be too aggressive in trying to steal the ball away from the attackers all the time. You need to understand that there are certain times where you just need to shade or cover up your space instead of trying to take the ball away from your opponent. And then CBC and Siema should understand as well that they need to defend so well, not joke at the back. Then for Dean Hotto, he has been fantastic. So against Sekhukhune, they have nothing to lose anymore. One goal deficit. Once they come to Pirates, they are going to go all out. They are going to attack, to play one way or the other. So they are going to throw everything at Orlando Pirates. But then the midfield and the defense line need to be very, very much composed. Against knowing fully well that they are one goal advantage. Then they need to convert chances off front, because if they sit back too much, they might absorb, they might not be able to soak the pressure. And then I'm always scared when they're attacking Pirate because of Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune for me has not been the best goalkeeper so far. So I believe
22
yes, he has kept clean sheet so far. Even in this game, keeping clean sheet is very important. But I still feel like most of the times he does not give me that goalkeeping threat that I always want from other goalkeepers, or what I've seen from other goalkeepers. But for me, I think so far Pirates have advantage, and against Sekhukhune, I think they will still do the job.
Someone like Mteteleli, Ntiane, and Bolale Bangwato has not really been integrated into the team, just like the way he has integrated Gampani, Lungu, and Mokobodi.
There are so many games to play. They have the CAF Champions League to play. They are still in MTN8. They will still have Netbank Cup to play. So there are so many games. The league is still very long. There are 16 teams. You have about 34 matches or thereabout to play. So I think that is not 30 matches to play. I think that's not a part of 30 matches. They played about 3 league games already. So you have about 27 games more to play. They are going to get their time. What matters is, are they really prepared when they will get their chance? 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Gampani Lungu, he got his chance, he came on, he scored, he performed since then. He has been playing well. And one thing about Gampani Lungu, why he has occupied that right wing side, is that he is not that kind of attacker that loses the tactical shape of the team. He's that kind of winger that, when he's playing, he tries to cover for Sibelebele on the right back as well too, while maintaining or making sure that the opponent does not make use of that right hand side. So he can be used as a right fullback and he can be used as a right wing attacker. So I think that is one advantage that Gampanilongo is very, very easy. He's a tactical player. So which I know that because of that, Coach Aldo might give him more playing time than other attackers.
What about Sibangani Zulu? I think
Zulu will still struggle a bit now because at that defense line, CBC, Siema, and the rest, they are still doing well. So it will be difficult, but they will definitely get their time. What matters most is when you come in to play, what are you going to give in to let the coach know that I deserve to play? But for now, signing you to Pirate for this one season, you can't just expect to just go there and break into a team that won that and the defending champion of the league, defending champion of MTN8 and Netbank. You can't just break into the starting lineup. So you just have to keep working, but you have to know that my time will come, and once my time comes, I just have to grab it.
How about any other thing to say, or do you believe in the performance of Sebastian Pedersen?
Yes, he's just coming in for the first game. He was kept on the bench. No, not even on the bench. He was kept on the stands to see how the game plays out so that I can get integrated to the weather and all of that. So we'll see more of him. I will see the stuff he's made up of. But much kudos to Cedric Case as well, the coach of Sekhukhune, you understand. So going back home to Orlando Pirates team for the second leg of the match, they shouldn't be written off because they have an experienced coach here who can actually change the tactics and formation. So all hands on deck. We'll see what pans out in the game.
Anything to say?
Pirates extended the contract of Dean Hotto, and according to Orlando Pirates, they want to plan life after football for Dean Hotto with Orlando Pirates. So because of his discipline, there have not been too many controversies around Dean Hotto. He has every time he talking and plays football gently and go out, and he has been so consistent. So Pirates are looking at giving him a role in Pirate team after retirement. So as a way of trying to honor Dean Hotto, which I think he deserved that so well. So that is it for now.
All right. Fans at home, that's it for Sekhukhune versus Pirate in the first leg of the semi-final, which Sekhukhune lost 0-1 goal to Pirates. I'm congratulating Pirates for that one step ahead that they are hoping to come back, hoping to host Sekhukhune in the second leg, the third leg. I strongly wish that they will still carry the day, or they might still carry the day. Fans at home, I urge you as usual to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for having us. God bless you all. Albert and I, which is Siabonga, and Chima, who is Temba, and I, who is Vuyo, says welcome and God bless you.